What's up, guys? Back again with another Starseed video, and today we're talking about the movie Challengers. Um, it's got Zendaya in it, and the reason I want to talk about it because I just watched it yesterday. Um, One of my exes had put me on. It was a really good movie. I'm not gonna lie. This movie, Zendaya pretty much plays herself in every single role, but she's definitely playing more of herself in this role. She's playing into her Virgo side, and I will say there is spoilers, so please make sure you are aware of the atmosphere you're in. Just to let you know, I did just watch this movie yesterday, so I didn't have like too much time to digest everything. But I will say the movie is great. Let me give you a quick synopsis. So I don't know too much about tennis. I know how it's played. I know it goes back and forth, but this movie is about two twinks, right? They were like, it's never said, but they definitely liked each other quite a lot. They're a little bit, on the LGBTQ side, but I guess they both like women. But one of them is a soy boy, real beta male, real guy, girl stomps on his balls type shit, and you know my whole thing is they play this dynamic off. They play this like love triangle off like so well. All the scenes are kind of like crafted in a back and forth, kind of like how it is in tennis, and it feels like a real tennis game. The soundtrack to this is really good too. It makes you feel the emotion. It makes you feel I guess, the visceral feelings of everything. Everything just ramps up with the sound design, and it is just wow. But so we're gonna start from the beginning. So, like I said, I'm gonna have to spoil this because there's no way I can't. But Zendaya pretty much is this like tennis prodigy. She's not as like, I guess, well off as the two guys here. These two guys have like rich parents. This dude was able to go to Stanford pretty much because of his parents. He got in because of tennis. The blonde one you're seeing is Art. He's the one that got into Stanford and everything. And they used to play tennis together. They're hugging and everything. Yeah, weird story. But the other guy, he has his parents' money too. Like they're pretty well off. But Zendaya's character, Tashi Duncan, is not well off. Like, this is her only skill, and this is what she's trained herself to do, and this is the avenue that she's given herself to get out of her situation. So unlike the other two, she isn't afforded the luxury to just not play tennis. And what ends up happening in the movie is she ends up going for a hit and ends up pretty much destroying her entire knee. It was just a slip, and from then on, it just goes crazy because she pretty much the whole movie has a ton of manipulation in it from all three sides, I would say. And if you're gonna say like somebody's the villain, I don't think anybody is the villain in this story. I think everybody is just trying to get what they want. I believe that Art, the blonde guy, and then the other guy is Patrick, who is the brunette guy, and then obviously there's Zendaya. But well, Art just wants to be, I guess, with Zendaya, and he wants to, be a good tennis player, one of the best. And I don't know for sure or per se. I don't know if this really is what happened, but Zendaya ends up orchestrating this entire match so that he ends up playing against his old friend Patrick, and he's like Art is on this downward spiral of like he's losing to anybody, and he never beat Patrick. But they pretty much, I guess Zendaya pretty much sets it up so that he can play against Patrick, and Zendaya ends up like sleeping with Patrick to make sure that Patrick loses the game so that Art can win and get his confidence back. And the movie starts off in the future, like after everything's already happened, so it does like these flashback montages, and it's like really well crafted. Like I said, it's a back and forth kind of like a tennis match. But it sucks. It just sucks that Zendaya in the movie, she's like, I don't want to be a home wrecker and stuff, and she ends up actually being a home wrecker. for the two boys, Patrick and Art, and they were really fucking with each other a little bit too much. But I'm not here to judge. That ain't. If y'all want to do that, y'all want to do that, man. That ain't what I'm into. But hey, listen, they were really good boys, and they really fucked with each other. You could tell because they had like this chemistry and stuff. Aside from the romantic chemistry that they had, like platonically, they had good chemistry and like good banter, and they were boys. Funnily enough, the boy Patrick even helped Art, stroke his man's back in the day. He didn't like physically help him. He didn't like grab the rod and start stroking it. It was more of so like he taught him how to milk the cow, so to say. I don't want to get banned. But yeah, so like they were really, really good friends. This girl ends up injuring herself, and she ends up figuring out a way to still like live out her dream by pretty much coaching Art and making this like beta male cuck, like, yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like in the movie he says like, I love you, and then she's on some I know, on some like Han Solo shit, which is killing me because like, bro, why are you doing the mans like that? Like they literally have a kid together, and it's kind of ambiguous on if the kid is actually Art's or it's Patrick's, because throughout the entire movie, Zendaya's character Tashi is like hooking up with Patrick throughout these different intervals of time. Like they meet at this tennis club or this tennis tournament in Atlanta, and they end up getting it on behind Art's back, and then when they meet up when they're older, she ends up sleeping with Patrick just to make sure that Art wins. Like it's a whole lot of manipulation. Like Patrick manipulates Zendaya's character Tashi because Patrick, I guess, just wants the cooch, man. There was money on the line and he went for the coochie, man. I cannot respect that. And then Art, he was more so, I wouldn't say he's a victim, but it changes throughout the story. I think Zendaya is definitely, a driving factor between both of the men. And Art just wanted to become good, in my opinion, but he also like slimes out his mans. He tries to get at Zendaya, tells his mans to get out the room when she like injures herself, which is pretty weird to me. Me personally, I wouldn't be kissing my mans, but also me personally, I wouldn't slime out my mans for a shorty. That much I know. But yeah, this is a great movie. I think you guys should really check it out. Give it a watch. The scenes in this movie are really well done. Makes you actually feel like you're in a tennis match. The camera angles are really good. They do an angle where it's like under the court. There is just a bunch of great cinematography going on, and the plot of the movie is pretty good as well. The acting is spot on. I would just say that everything about this movie is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I usually don't really like watching new movies. I'm not really that big of a movie person, but I would say go ahead and give Challengers a try, especially if you like Zendaya. I don't know if I already said it, but I don't find Zendaya to be like the most attractive person in the world. She's pretty attractive, but I wouldn't say like she's as great as everybody gasses her up to be. But what I cannot take away from her is she is a great actor. She always just plays another version of herself, which, hey, we love it out here. But like I said, I think that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and peace and love. Starseed out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.